The world watches with bated breath. Nuclear tensions simmer. Countries flex their military might. The threat of nuclear war is a terrifying reality. The consequences too devastating to comprehend.
Vietnam's history is etched with the scars of war. It has witnessed firsthand the horrors of conflict, the devastating impact of violence. Yet from the ashes of war, Vietnam emerged with a powerful conviction, a commitment to peace. This commitment is not mere rhetoric. It is deeply ingrained in Vietnam's foreign policy. Vietnam has consistently advocated for nuclear disarmament and non-proliferation. It has raised its voice on international platforms, urging nations to abandon the pursuit of nuclear weapons.
Nestled amidst the picturesque highlands of Dalat, a city known for its cool climate and stunning natural beauty, lies a site of immense intrigue, a site shrouded in mystery, sparking curiosity and speculation alike. This is the Dalat Nuclear Research Institute, home to Vietnam's sole nuclear reactor. Built in the 1980s with assistance from the Soviet Union, the Dalat reactor has been the subject of much debate and conjecture. To understand Vietnam's nuclear journey, we must rewind the clock. The year is 1954. Vietnam, fresh from its victory against French colonialism, is a nation brimming with hope and ambition. But the shadow of the Cold War looms large. The United States, wary of the spread of communism, casts a watchful eye on Southeast Asia. Vietnam, caught in the crosshairs of superpower rivalry, finds itself navigating a treacherous geopolitical landscape.
As Vietnam grapples with the challenges of a divided nation and a burgeoning Cold War, it finds itself increasingly drawn into the orbit of the Soviet Union. The Soviets, eager to expand their influence in Southeast Asia, see an opportunity to forge a strategic partnership. In the realm of nuclear technology, the Soviets offer Vietnam a helping hand. They provide training, expertise, and equipment, laying the groundwork for Vietnam's nuclear program.
The culmination of Vietnam's early nuclear ambitions is the construction of the Dalat Nuclear Research Institute. Located in the scenic Central Highlands, the institute becomes a symbol of Vietnam's scientific progress and its commitment to harnessing the power of the atom. At the heart of the institute lies a small research reactor supplied by the Soviet Union. This reactor, fueled by highly enriched uranium, opens up new avenues for scientific inquiry and technological development.
The Soviet Union's influence on Vietnam's nuclear program is undeniable. From providing the initial impetus to supplying essential technology and expertise, the Soviets play a pivotal role in shaping Vietnam's nuclear trajectory. However, it is crucial to recognize that Vietnam's nuclear ambitions are not merely a product of Soviet influence. Vietnam's leaders have their own reasons for pursuing nuclear technology, rooted in their country's unique history and geopolitical circumstances.
Beyond the tangible contributions of technology and equipment, the Soviet Union's most enduring legacy in Vietnam's nuclear development is the training of a new generation of Vietnamese scientists and engineers. Hundreds of Vietnamese students are granted scholarships to study at prestigious Soviet universities, immersing themselves in the world of nuclear science and engineering.
The year 1991 marks a turning point in world history. The Soviet Union collapses, bringing an end to the decades-long Cold War. This seismic geopolitical shift has profound implications for Vietnam, both in terms of its foreign policy and its nuclear ambitions. With the Soviet Union no longer a factor, Vietnam finds itself at a crossroads. The flow of Soviet assistance and expertise dries up, forcing Vietnam to reassess its nuclear program and chart a new course.
The year is 1982. The Cold War still grips the world in its icy embrace. Yet, amidst the tensions and mistrust, a glimmer of hope emerges. Vietnam, a nation that has known its share of conflict, makes a momentous decision. It signs the Treaty on the Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapons, NPT, a landmark international agreement aimed at preventing the spread of nuclear weapons and promoting cooperation in the peaceful uses of nuclear energy.
In the realm of nuclear technology, the type of fuel used in a reactor matters greatly. Highly enriched uranium, or HEU, while efficient, can also be used to make nuclear weapons. Low-enriched uranium, LEU, on the other hand, poses a significantly lower proliferation risk. Vietnam, in line with its commitment to non-proliferation, makes a crucial decision. It opts to convert its Dalat reactor from HEU to LEU fuel. This transition, while technically challenging, is a testament to Vietnam's determination to minimize the risks associated with its nuclear program.
Transparency is the cornerstone of trust, especially when it comes to sensitive technologies like nuclear energy. Vietnam recognizes this and takes concrete steps to demonstrate its commitment to openness and accountability in its nuclear program. As a member of the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty, or NPT, Vietnam agrees to implement the International Atomic Energy Agency's comprehensive safeguard system. This system, based on rigorous inspections and independent verification, ensures that nuclear material and facilities are not being used for any military purposes.
Vietnam's pursuit of nuclear technology is not driven by a desire for military might. It is fueled by a deep-seated aspiration for national development, for harnessing the power of the atom to improve the lives of its people. The Dalat reactor, beyond its research activities, plays a vital role in various peaceful applications of nuclear technology. It produces radioisotopes used in medicine for diagnosis and treatment, benefiting countless patients across the country.
In a region marked by historical tensions and geopolitical complexities, Vietnam's commitment to nuclear non-proliferation and peaceful nuclear cooperation serves as a stabilizing force. It actively engages with its neighbors to build trust and foster regional security. Vietnam is a member of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, or ASEAN, a regional bloc that has played a crucial role in promoting dialogue and cooperation in Southeast Asia. Within ASEAN, Vietnam has been a vocal advocate for strengthening nuclear non-proliferation norms and promoting peaceful nuclear cooperation.
Every story has two sides. This is especially true when it comes to the complex and often misunderstood narrative of Vietnam's nuclear journey. On one side, there is the official story, a tale of peaceful intentions, scientific progress, and a commitment to international norms. On the other side, however, lies a darker, more insidious narrative, one filled with whispers of doubt and suspicion. In the narrative of Vietnam's nuclear journey, whispers of doubt and suspicion weave a counter-narrative, casting shadows on its commitment to peace. These whispers are not just idle talk, they are carefully crafted stories designed to sow seeds of mistrust and fear. They suggest that behind Vietnam's public declarations of peaceful nuclear energy development lies a hidden agenda, one that could potentially destabilize the region. These whispers, often amplified in the echo chamber of international politics, take root in the fertile ground of misinformation. In today's digital age, where information spreads like wildfire, these conspiracy theories gain traction quickly. Social media platforms, online forums, and even some news outlets become breeding grounds for these unfounded claims. The more they are repeated, the more they are believed, creating a cycle of misinformation that is hard to break. Rumors abound, fueled by a potent mix of historical baggage, geopolitical anxieties, and a lack of understanding about Vietnam's true intentions. The historical context cannot be ignored. Vietnam's past, marked by its ties with the Soviet Union and its role in the Cold War, adds layers of complexity to its current nuclear ambitions. Geopolitical anxieties further complicate the picture. Neighboring countries and global powers alike watch Vietnam's nuclear developments with a wary eye, each interpreting Vietnam's actions through the lens of their own strategic interests. Some point to Vietnam's past ties with the Soviet Union, painting a picture of a nation still clinging to a Cold War mentality, harboring clandestine nuclear ambitions. Experts debate the extent to which these historical ties influence Vietnam's current policies. While some argue that Vietnam has moved on from its Cold War past, others believe that old habits die hard. They suggest that Vietnam's nuclear program, while publicly declared to be for peaceful purposes, may have hidden military dimensions. Yet amidst these swirling rumors and suspicions, there is another side to the story. Vietnam's nuclear facilities are subject to international inspections, and its scientists are engaged in research that aims to benefit society. From medical applications to energy production, Vietnam's nuclear program has the potential to bring significant advancements. The challenge lies in separating fact from fiction, in understanding the true nature of Vietnam's nuclear ambitions. International cooperation and dialogue are crucial in this regard. By engaging with Vietnam, the international community can help ensure that its nuclear program remains peaceful and transparent. Diplomatic efforts, confidence-building measures, and technical assistance can all play a role in dispelling myths and building trust. It is through such collaborative efforts that the true story of Vietnam's nuclear journey can be told. A story not of hidden agendas and clandestine ambitions, but of progress, cooperation, and peace.
At the heart of many of the myths surrounding Vietnam's nuclear program lies the Dalat reactor. This unassuming facility, nestled amidst the scenic highlands, has become a focal point for speculation, a symbol of Vietnam's alleged clandestine ambitions. Some claim that the Dalat reactor, despite its small size and research-oriented nature, could be secretly used to produce weapons-grade plutonium. They point to the reactor's initial use of HEU fuel, a material that can indeed be used for both peaceful and military purposes, as evidence of Vietnam's duplicitous intentions.
In the face of unfounded allegations and persistent rumors, Vietnam has chosen a path of transparency and engagement. It recognizes that secrecy only breeds suspicion, while openness and accountability are the most effective antidotes to misinformation. Vietnam has consistently demonstrated its willingness to open its nuclear facilities to international scrutiny. It has signed and ratified the Comprehensive Test Ban Treaty, an agreement that prohibits all nuclear explosions, further underscoring its commitment to a world free from nuclear testing. Actions speak louder than words. In the realm of nuclear non-proliferation, it is not enough to simply profess peaceful intentions. Credibility is earned through concrete actions, through a willingness to subject one's nuclear program to rigorous international scrutiny. Vietnam has consistently passed the test of international scrutiny. It has allowed IAEA inspectors unfettered access to its nuclear facilities, providing them with the necessary information and cooperation to carry out their verification activities effectively.
The persistence of myths surrounding Vietnam's nuclear program, despite overwhelming evidence to the contrary, raises an important question. Why do these narratives persist? What motivates certain actors to propagate misinformation and sow seeds of doubt about Vietnam's true intentions? In some cases, the answer may lie in geopolitical rivalries. Nations competing with Vietnam for influence and resources may find it expedient to portray Vietnam as a nuclear threat, using this narrative to justify their own military buildups or to undermine Vietnam's standing in the international community.
In a world awash with information where truth often struggles to be heard above the din of competing narratives, it is more important than ever to anchor our understanding in facts, evidence, and reason. When it comes to Vietnam's nuclear program, the facts are clear. Vietnam is a committed member of the NPT. It has voluntarily placed its nuclear facilities under IAEA safeguards, and it has consistently cooperated with the international community to address concerns and build confidence.
The relationship between Vietnam and North Korea on the surface seems like an unlikely pairing. One, a vibrant nation embracing integration into the global economy; the other, a secluded state often at odds with the international community. Yet, beneath the surface lies a history of shared struggles and ideological kinship. The roots of this alliance can be traced back to the tumultuous years of the Cold War. Both Vietnam and North Korea, engaged in bitter conflicts against US-backed forces, found common ground in their opposition to Western imperialism and their embrace of socialist ideology.
The collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991 had profound implications for both Vietnam and North Korea. Deprived of their primary source of military aid and facing economic hardship, both nations were forced to adapt to a new geopolitical reality. For North Korea, the loss of Soviet patronage exacerbated its economic woes and fueled its determination to achieve self-reliance in defense production. For Vietnam, it presented an opportunity to diversify its sources of military equipment and explore new partnerships. While the initial arms deals between Vietnam and North Korea focused on conventional weaponry, the scope of their cooperation gradually expanded to encompass more sophisticated technology, most notably in the realm of missile development and production. Vietnam, facing maritime territorial disputes with China in the South China Sea, sought to enhance its deterrent capabilities and acquire the means to defend its maritime interests. North Korea, with its growing expertise in ballistic missile technology, emerged as a natural partner.
Vietnam's decision to engage in defense cooperation with North Korea, a nation subject to international sanctions and widely condemned for its nuclear weapons program, reflects a complex set of geopolitical calculations and a pragmatic approach to national security. Vietnam, while seeking to maintain good relations with the United States and other Western powers, remains wary of becoming overly reliant on any single country for its security. Its defense ties with North Korea provide a degree of strategic autonomy and a hedge against potential threats.
The defense relationship between Vietnam and North Korea has significant implications for regional security in Southeast Asia. It highlights the challenges of non-proliferation in a complex geopolitical environment and the enduring legacy of Cold War alliances. Vietnam's acquisition of ballistic missile technology from North Korea has the potential to fuel an arms race in the region, as other countries may feel compelled to bolster their own defenses in response. This could lead to a spiral of mistrust and instability, undermining regional peace and security. As Vietnam navigates the complexities of the 21st century security landscape, it faces a critical question: how to maintain a robust defense posture without relying on nuclear weapons in a region marked by growing military capabilities and potential flashpoints. The answer for Vietnam lies in a multi-pronged approach that emphasizes modernization, self-reliance, and strategic partnerships. Vietnam recognizes that it cannot simply replicate the military doctrines of larger powers. Instead, it must leverage its unique strengths and geographical advantages to deter potential adversaries and defend its interests effectively. In an era of rapidly evolving security threats, relying solely on conventional military might is no longer sufficient. Vietnam recognizes the importance of embracing asymmetric strategies, leveraging its unique strengths to offset the advantages of potential adversaries. One key aspect of this approach is the development of robust coastal defense capabilities. With its extensive coastline and strategic location along vital sea lanes, Vietnam has prioritized investments in anti-ship missiles, coastal artillery, and naval patrol vessels.
The battlefields of the 21st century extend far beyond traditional domains. Cyberspace has emerged as a critical arena for strategic competition, espionage, and even sabotage. Vietnam, recognizing the growing importance of this domain, has prioritized investments in cybersecurity, recognizing its importance in safeguarding national security and economic interests. Vietnam has established a dedicated cybersecurity force responsible for protecting critical infrastructure, government networks, and financial institutions from cyber attacks. This force works closely with the private sector and international partners to share information, develop best practices, and coordinate responses to cyber threats.
No nation can address the complex security challenges of the 21st century alone. Vietnam recognizes the importance of international cooperation, building partnerships with like-minded nations to enhance regional security, promote dialogue, and foster trust. Vietnam has been a proactive member of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, actively participating in its various security mechanisms, including the ASEAN Regional Forum and the ASEAN Defense Ministers Meeting Plus. Through these forums, Vietnam engages in dialogue and cooperation with regional partners on a wide range of security issues, including maritime security, counterterrorism, and cybersecurity.
Vietnam's pursuit of a robust defense posture is not driven by a desire for regional hegemony or an aspiration to project military power beyond its borders. It stems from a deep-seated commitment to safeguarding its sovereignty, protecting its people, and ensuring that the sacrifices made by previous generations are honored and remembered. This commitment is evident in the way Vietnam has structured its military and defense strategies, focusing on defensive capabilities rather than offensive ones. The Vietnamese military is trained and equipped to respond to threats that may jeopardize the nation's security, but it is not designed to initiate conflicts or exert influence over neighboring countries. The peaceful and stable environment that Vietnam enjoys today is a testament to its enduring commitment to peace. The serene landscapes of the Vietnamese countryside and the bustling yet orderly life in its cities are a reflection of the nation's dedication to maintaining internal stability and harmony. This stability has been hard-won, achieved through years of struggle, negotiation, and a steadfast refusal to be drawn into unnecessary conflicts. Vietnam's leaders have consistently prioritized peace agreements and diplomatic solutions over military action, understanding that true security comes from a stable and prosperous society. Vietnam's history has taught it the devastating consequences of conflict and the importance of seeking peaceful resolutions to disputes. The scars of past wars are still visible in the landscape and in the collective memory of its people. These experiences have shaped Vietnam's approach to international relations, emphasizing the need for peaceful coexistence and mutual respect. Its decision to forego nuclear weapons despite possessing the technical capabilities to develop them is a clear indication of its commitment to peace. This decision was not made lightly. It reflects a profound belief in the power of diplomacy, dialogue, and international cooperation. Vietnam understands that the pursuit of nuclear weapons would not enhance its security but rather increase regional tensions and the risk of conflict. Vietnam's approach to international relations is characterized by a willingness to engage in dialogue and cooperation with other nations. Diplomatic negotiations and international cooperation agreements are central to its foreign policy. Vietnam actively participates in regional and global forums, contributing to discussions on security, trade, and environmental issues. This proactive engagement is driven by a belief that global challenges require collective solutions and that no nation can achieve lasting peace and prosperity in isolation. By fostering strong relationships with its neighbors and the international community, Vietnam aims to build a network of mutual support and understanding that enhances regional stability and security. This approach has earned Vietnam respect and recognition on the global stage, reinforcing its role as a responsible and peace-loving nation. Vietnam's nuclear journey is a testament to the power of choice, a choice made not in a vacuum, but against a backdrop of war, geopolitical maneuvering, and the ever-present allure of military might. Yet Vietnam chose a different path. It chose to embrace the Non-Proliferation Treaty, foregoing the nuclear weapons option despite possessing the knowledge and resources to pursue it. It chose transparency, opening its nuclear facilities to international scrutiny, proving its commitment to peaceful nuclear energy. Vietnam's commitment to a nuclear-free world is not a passive stance. It is a proactive and deliberate choice that speaks volumes about the nation's vision for the future. This commitment is a beacon of hope in a world where the shadow of nuclear weapons looms large. It is a call to action, a clarion call for other nations to recognize that true security lies not in the pursuit of ever more destructive weapons, but in the strength of diplomacy, the courage of disarmament, and the unwavering belief in a shared future. Vietnam's stance is a powerful reminder that the path to peace is not paved with threats and intimidation, but with mutual respect and understanding. It is a call for other nations to look beyond their immediate interests and consider the long-term consequences of their actions. The pursuit of nuclear weapons is a dangerous game, one that puts the entire world at risk. But Vietnam's example shows us that there is another way, a way that prioritizes the well-being of all humanity over the narrow interests of a few. The strength of diplomacy cannot be overstated. It is through dialogue and negotiation that we can resolve our differences and build a more peaceful world. Disarmament requires courage, the courage to let go of the illusion of security that nuclear weapons provide, and to embrace a future where we are all safer because we have chosen to disarm. Vietnam's unwavering belief in a shared future is a testament to the power of hope and the possibility of a world without nuclear weapons. Vietnam's story reminds us that the choice belongs to every nation. Will we cling to the outdated doctrines of nuclear deterrence, forever teetering on the precipice of catastrophe? Or will we choose a different path, one paved with cooperation, dialogue, and a shared commitment to a world where every nation, regardless of its size or history, can thrive without fear? The choice is ours, and the stakes could not be higher. The path of cooperation and dialogue is not an easy one. It requires patience, persistence, and a willingness to listen to others. But it is a path that leads to a more stable and secure world. By working together, we can build a future where nuclear weapons are a thing of the past, and where every nation can live in peace and security. Vietnam's commitment to this path is an inspiration to us all and a reminder that we have the power to shape our own future. Vietnam has made its choice. Now, the world is watching, waiting to see what choices the rest of us will make. The future of our planet, and indeed of humanity itself, may very well depend on the answers we find. The decisions we make today will shape the world of tomorrow. Will we choose to continue down the path of nuclear proliferation, or will we follow Vietnam's example and commit to a nuclear-free world? The choice is ours, and the time to act is now. With that, our video comes to a close. What do you think about this issue? Did or didn't Vietnam fear developing nuclear bombs? Even though it has a reactor in Dalat, please leave your comments below. Your voice matters, and together we can make a difference. Let's continue this important conversation and work towards a future where nuclear weapons are a thing of the past and where peace and security are the norm, not the exception.